Remember, folks, I hold no responsibility for what you do. You click on the video, you end up watching it. You leave the video, you ended up leaving it. Any hours that this video may suck out of your life, that's all on you. I didn't force you to do a thing. You want to enjoy this? Go ahead. If you want to hate this, go ahead. But I will remind you, if you're only hating because of the riffs, I'm warning you right now. There are riffs. I'm going to be insulting, mocking, and complaining. If you do not like it, then go ahead. Watch the other videos. Like Harry Houdini, the Great and Powerful. A Human and Equestria fanfic that I actually like. Featuring Harry Houdini at his best, reminding us all why he is the best magician there ever was. Or Progress, a classic MLP fic featuring Luna, where Luna tries to accumulate to the modern world. And many, 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 many more. What I'm basically saying is, you really, really have choices. But you clicked on this one. This is your choice. So go ahead, comment. Just remember, you hate the riffs? You did not pay attention to the past minute, did you? To the rest of you, here's Darkness is Dimension, Failure is Friendship 3 by Mikey. Spy flew around Equestria, and things were no looking very pleasant. You know, Tiki, no shooty. It had only been a couple of days since the dimensional distortion, when Twilight and the others were wrapped to other worlds. Yet, ponies were all in a panic, worrying, especially for the whereabouts of Celestia and Luna. They should have returned to Carolot already. And who's controlling the sun and the moon? Tracy's gonna just say Discord, and we're gonna move on. The Royal Counselor, Pagebinder, was a beige unicorn stallion, because of course he is, with a golden yellow mane and tail. His cutie mark was that of a book and quill, being a chancellor and bookkeeper. Due to the absence of Cadence and shining armor, he was now charged of the Crystal Empire, acting regent. A position he respected and handled with grace, but he did not appreciate given the current circumstances. "We must find Princess Cadence and study all at once," he declared. "The very survival of our beloved empire very well depends on it." The guards agreed and continued on their searches for the royal family members, while others maintained their posts. At the Palace of Carolot, the Chancellor was a mere unicorn by the name of Spellkeeper. We prefer to say unicorn mare, but I think Mike reads words funny. She was white in color, had a two-tone long mane, colored pink and purple. Her cutie mark was that of an ancient scroll. The captain of the royal guard approached her and she asked, "Any sign of them?" "No, Chancellor," replied the captain. "We received written letters from all outposts and alliances in the land. There is no sign of Princess Celestia or Luna, as if they just dropped off the face of the world entirely." Spellkeeper sighed. "You must keep looking." She was a kid. Being only a elected chancellor, she would barely handle the duties and responsibilities of the two royal sisters. Fortunately, her other colleagues were able to help her with most of the hard work and take shifts during day and night. Now that both planetoids are in the sky, still she couldn't handle all these extra, grueling, painful duties. They seemed to her never ending. Worse, she wished for the sisters to be found so the ponies of the land could rest easy, knowing that they all missed the sisters. Poor Spike, he really wished that there was some way he could inform the council of the ponies' whereabouts. But they couldn't see nor hear them, nor could he pick up a quill and write a message. His clauses passed right through him, and he knew the rules from the Lord. We could not interfere with their lives. You know, Mikey, you're really, really making it hard to side with Lord Erebus when it's obvious Spike really, really has some issues being here. Let me think you like this. These are the same ponies who caused me to fall in darkness. On the other hand, they don't deserve to suffer. He flew off, arriving at Ponyville faster than a heartbeat. Things were most disturbing there as well, especially the Castle of Friendship, which had been remolded by Discord. Oh no. Oh yes. was a huge carving of Discord's head at the front gate, leading right into a huge mouth. The body of the castle was now made of a giant gingerbread structure, stronger than it looked. The towers were old statues of Discord as he was. Spike, disgusted already, melted through the walls to see the inside of the castle to make him want to leap through the dark outfit. There's a natural forest in the foyer, with trees that gave candy bars and milkshakes. There's a river of strawberry soda, with a massive waterfall in the cliff case, and all kinds of furniture floating up near the ceiling. All the other rooms were topsy-turvy, with furniture on the walls and stairs on the ceiling leading to a dead-end drop. Hallways were converted into 3D mazes with Mike, in the animated series, they are 3D. Flowers, fans, enough to make you dizzy looking at. That Discord, Spike grumbled. Where does he get off doing this in the castle? Suddenly, a royal fanfare sounded, making him yelp, and a familiar voice called out, "Presenting His Royal Highness the Ruler of Ponyville, Lord Discord Esquire." That's when Discord came out, all fanced up in a fancy red tuxedo with matching top hat, long thin mustache, and a monocle over his left eye. He carried a fancy walking stick as the sound of cheering interrupted, and he walked out. Then there were duplicates of himself, dressed as dress, greeting him as he passed down the hallway. Some of Discord clones were ladies, and he tenderly kissed their hands, and the ladies swooned. My, it's good to be me. Discord said with pride. Then he snapped his fingers to make his subjects all fast. Then he sighed. Well, I killed about a minute. Wish I knew how to get Twilight and the ponies back. Oh well. Back to playing O&O. He walked down the hall and disappeared. Spike couldn't believe it. He's just out saving Twilight, he said to himself. He left the castle, flew all around Ponyville. Applejack's family was suffering miserably without her there. Big Mac and Applebloom had to do twice as many chores around the place in his absence. Applebloom looked pretty hard overworked. Although, granted, I have no doubt Applebloom could do a little bit of it. Phew! Don't know how much more of this I could pull. Really wish I knew what happened to Applejack. Yup, agreed Big Mac. He pulled along a huge hay wagon, his fifth haul of the day. Grace Smith grumbled at Roger. Okay, Sonny, if I don't say you snugger, I'll help you all out and fight. She pulled the guy out of her chair, eager to help out with the chores. Great, don't. Remember the last time you helped with the heavy chores? Don't you tell me how to run my own farm, young Billy? Sneered Granny. She bent down and lifted an empty bushel to her back. Correct! Now, through her back. Oop! Pink Mac and Applebloom sighed, but they graciously helped her grandmother up and carried her to the house to get her to rest. Spike flew to Fireside's place and saw Tree Hooker was caring for all the animals. So he's feeding them lunch, but poor Angel wouldn't touch his salad. He looked way too sad to eat. He was missing Fireside. He usually wasn't way longer than a tree of night. Well, little friend, your frown is like harshing my mellow. Then again, I feel the missing link. Just once. Just once! Can we get Angel in character? I swear, all of Micah's stories want Angel to be a happy, cute little bunny. I want my brat, damn it! Then there was Circle Cube Corner. Why is always the S? I keep thinking that this is Circle Cube Corners, the off-hit brand of Circle Cube Corner. As a matter of fact, the Kikis seem to be having it not quite as hard, even in Pocky Poe's absence. They managed to keep their banking orders as scheduled, still care there for children, saying, "It's too quiet around here." I know what you mean. I hope she comes home soon. The children are in the playpen, playing with a Pinkie Pie plushie. Pinkie Pie are friends very well known in Equestria for their heroisms, and there was merchandise about them. Not until the future. Pinkie Pie, said Pound Pumpkin. Both said her name rather low and sad. Oh, I know, kids. She'll be home, I promise. Spike walked down the streets and came out to Carousel Boutique, which was solid and still. Usually Rarity would be working her tail off, but he felt she wouldn't be working on anything now, since he and Rainbow Dash, along with Princess Luna and Cadence, obviously died centuries ago. Well, centuries ago by your time, but, in but considering the temporal distortion of the realities, there's actually a very good chance that they're actually still alive. They're just alive in a different timeline. So in other words, all you have to do is just go back in time and grab them from another dimension, and oh my god, quantum physics can be so painful! Very, he thought the most. Found it amazing he was carrying this much. School of the sleep bell came along with Opales's right sleeves back. What's Vet say? Said Opal was lucky I came by when she had, or would have got hungry for neglect. 2 days for a cat is nothing. She'd probably be eating a mouse by now. That's bad. Maybe let's do the flight in Wonderful Espresso next week. I've been waiting a whole month to see it. The two girls continued chatting as they walked right past Mike, passing right through him and not feeling a thing. But once he felt really glad he could have seen him hear him. He never thought he had the heart to tell him that Rarity and Rainbow and two of the princesses would never be coming back. He closed his eyes, he tilted his way up to the sky, began to absorb the dark edge aura, which felt much stronger than ever due to sadness and worry. So, what is it that absorbing the dark aura does for you? What does it do for everyone else? Does it lessen the load? Does it make everyone feel better? What? Because right now it seems to do nothing! In the field arrow, several white serpent creatures were flying through the air, carrying them glowing white orbs of light. The souls of young women over one woman, standing on a hill by a lone stream in an open field, and tugging them into their controller, Kikyo. So these souls helped sustain her dwindling life force to keep her going since she was brought back to life by a demonic curse. Now she sought only to defeat Inuyasha or Naraku himself, feeling either one would allow her spirit to rest and find peace. She absorbed the souls of her collectors that stood there in the field, some long black hair fluttering in the breeze. Her soul collectors clothed around her, keeping her close. I feel a great disturbance, she said to them, something very dark and somber. Suddenly she could hear a bit of rustling in the fields below. She peered around a tree and could see the royal caravan escorted by Inuyasha. Why are we still here? She stared directly at him, not even blinking or narrowing her eyes. She didn't see the carrot Inuyasha was riding atop a pony-like creature. Inuyasha. Inuyasha turned to look back at the tree, swearing he could feel something back there. Suddenly he felt a scent most familiar to him. I know that smell anywhere. He left off Lotus back and chest on the field. Inuyasha! Where's he going? Rainbow looked to the sky. What the heck are those? The rest of the gang looked up and saw the strange creature. Those are Kikyo's soul collectors. She must be nearby. Now explaining Inuyasha's sudden anxiety, said Moroku. Inuyasha reached the lone tree where the smell was growing strong, but he couldn't find Kikyo anywhere. Obviously, she had seen him and gone off. Damn it! I know she was here. He sniffed around, hoping to pick up her scent, but the smell only began to fade away into nothing, along with the breeze. His attitude was already mounting frustration. Inuyasha, are you all right? Did you find yourself? Silence told her enough plainly. I am sorry. Never mind. Said Inuyasha. He left onto her back again, sending her on. Come on, let's get back to the others. As soon as they got back to the caravan, Kagome asked, Did you see her anywhere? No, I didn't. Sorry. What? Mike obviously thinks that Kagome and Inuyasha always grumble at each other and are always mad at each other. It's only true if you only seen one episode. Sarah learning about Nobunaga being in love with her. She wouldn't talk to anyone, even her husband. You don't get women, do you? Simba waved his hand in front of her and barely blinked. Is she alright? Laura came outside. I fear she is a deeper shock than we felt. I cannot say I blamed her. Sago looked up at the silent princess and felt sorry for her. Then she looked on ahead and could see a village coming to the horizon. That is where we do trades, said Lord Kimo. But he looked over his wife, feeling he was in no trading mood. I could still handle whatever negotiations there are. I just hope my wife will find relief. Dude, if you're a lord, you have other people do that. That's why vassals exist. This is the warring states period. This has been another. Do you have a Japanese, bro? Case closed her eyes and concentrated on the princess's heart. She could sense she was indeed grieving in terrible shock. The poor dear, she said to herself. Roku, riding on cadence, reached into his robe for a pouch of beads. It's passed up the more through the carriage window. This bean is coated with a special medicinal potion to help her with depression. Thank you. Princess, please take this. His wife followed his body and took the bean. Softly popping it into her mouth and chewed it slowly. Slowly she gagged. The terrible taste of the potion. What is this, Carol? No one bothered to explain to her. Soon, the caravan was welcomed to the village and people began to cheer for the arrival of the royal couple. They were most surprised to see Iwasa and friends, especially the ponies. But the guards were informed what happened on the way, and the gang was welcomed as heroes, and offered to be put up for the rest of the night. Suddenly, Iwasa began to pick up Kikyo's sentence again. Somewhere in the village. She's here. I knew it. He snapped ran off. Iwasa, sit! Said Kagome. What? Ugh! We've just been welcomed in. Don't embarrass us by taking off. Iwasa growled angrily, but didn't argue back for fear of Kagome making him sit again. You gotta love how Mike is gonna make Kagome one note in this whole entire fic. The boys all stood together. Don't we still have to try to figure out how to get out of this world? Asked Rainbow. We can worry about that later. Too worried about Princess Suya to really leave now. Luna agreed. I suppose we can stay a while longer. After all, good friends should be there to comfort one another in times of sadness. Verity agreed. Just as I wish to go home and see all our friends again, I incline to agree. Besides, we must also find out the mystery of why the princess can see her ghost friend. And of course you too, Princess Luna. In the destined world, Jedi had soon appeared before everyone and expressed his disappointment. As honored as he was to meet the points, did change the thing as concerned. Please tell me this is good, Jedi. Please tell me this is good, Jedi. He nearly blew the digital world. Oh god, it is Dark Jedi! Wavelengths through the roof, he scolded. What were you thinking bringing an unknown creature to the digital world, then opening a huge rift? I'm really sorry about this. I just really wanted to explore the digital world and I was ready to take risk. At least I thought I was. I'm sorry too, said Ken. But we need to get some power for the Dark Ocean for the experiment. He explained the situation to Davis, and Jedi was rather intrigued. You think using the darkness you absorbed will get the spirit back to come down? We don't know, said Izzy. But we really need to try this, for Kairi's sake. That's what Jedi looked over at Kairi and Gatomon, no doubt planning to take Gatomon back to the digital world with them. Please don't. I can't bear to be away from her. Kairi doesn't have a D3 anyway, added Gatomon. She's just not allowed to be a dizzy destiner only. Can you let me stay here? As a friend? Everyone seemed to favor the idea, Tai backed it up. I know she's been stripped of her power. Even though we've already established that the power is within you. She's already been hanging out with other Digimon. Jedi hesitated, unsure what to do. Legally, there wasn't really anything against Gatomon coming to you and from the other worlds as herself. She never was guilty of any of the crimes, and she did seem happy to be back with Kairi and the others again. Look, I'm not sure what I'm really going to do. I'll have a word with the Guardians. Meanwhile, Kairi, you watch Gatomon every moment. Kairi smiled sadly. Thank you. And see Gatomon hug, much to everyone's delight. And... Ken felt especially happy for Kairi, yet a little sad for himself. He knew there was no questioning it. Patamon was legally imprisoned in the Dark Ocean. No amount of reasoning could change that. So, what are you going to do about Davis again? Asked Jedi. I'd really like to stay and see this. We don't know yet, said Izzy. We have to wait until he shows himself again, and only Kairi can see him. Don't worry, I have a plan. Just then, June whipped out her cell phone. I gotta tell my mom, so flip her head out. All the others felt that a bit scary, then comforting. A panel in the floor opens up. Shh! Yeah, I know, I forgot. I'm sorry. Road's blocked. Give me a moment to think. Placing a stirring hand on Nightwing's shoulder, Jericho smiles. He knows what to do. You hear, pal? The Hive Master's coming. Yeah, I heard it all right. Don't like it when none too. Don't like it when the big guys come stupid around. I tell you, somebody's his next cause dreads. You hear something over there? Contact! Jericho's warm green eyes turn black as eye contact is made. His corporeal form becomes intangible, moving swiftly across the compound, where he enters his victim's body. All this has taken a place of 1 second. All it takes is 1 second more to assume control. What's going on? Wham! Unexpectedly, he punches his friend. You don't want to do that. What's happening? Jericho, now, get out! Not sure about him or his mother. He could be leading you to a trap. There's something about Joe that makes me want to trust him. He's certainly not naive, but he's certainly guileless. Come on, put on his ropes and we'll contact. Like some silent rape, Jericho slides across the chamber floor, his body merging into another's. I'm on my way to adjust his taste then. Hey, Nightwing, I'm really alright. Huh, what's going on? Jericho? Yeah, it's me. Oh, I see. My voice, eh? Okay, listen. When I take over a cloud's cock, I can really talk, but in their voice, with their words. That's because I'm like living in their mind, got it? So no matter what I sound like, just look for my J sign, and you'll know it's me, okay? Lifting up his hand, Jericho demonstrates. Talk about this later. Where to now? Follow me. I got Rudy's last thoughts just before I took him over, okay? So let's go on about the Titans. That means they may be alive. That means we'll be getting to the bottom of this soon. Rudy, can't wait for this. How about you? Huh? Say something? Hive Master's supposed to be coming. Wants to personally supervise the Titans' death. Ever seen the Master? Nah, never. You? Don't know anybody who has. Can't wait. Me neither. Well, talk about the perfect spy. Joe Wilson, you're definitely an asset. Silence! At this very moment, Operation Waterworks is under attack. Consequently, the Hive Master's arrival is being delayed. Assuming, though, the two attackers are dealt with quickly, arrival time is expected sometime tomorrow. In the meantime, the Titans will be secured. All of these are cancelled until further notice. Those kids are trouble. You sure can't blow this place? Lay your fears aside. There's no way those 5 can escape us. They will die, and their superpowered energies will be used to make Operation Waterworks a certainty. Stepping closer, the Hive Man proceeds to sew a globe with all the Titans strapped to their bonds. Uh-oh, don't like this know-how. What's wrong? Guy, I took over. Feel him coming to you inside me. When he does, he's going to get control again. And he'll tell everyone we're here. He's having a couple more seconds. Then we can't play games any longer. In an instant, Nightwing removes the robe and leaps into action, swatting one guard away and kicking the other while using the other for a handstand. Hey, what's going on? What am I doing? Pretending to be a punching bag, pal. Jericho, you out? Someone help me. I can't control it. Help me! The other soldier begins to fight. In a second, what once there were at least 20 men are now standing only about a few. Nightwing standing around, ready to continue. No question, he's obviously Jericho. That'll do any good, we're still outnumbered. Jericho, behind you! Security to Deck 3, immediately, intruders! What's going on? I can't move. Oh, you'll do nothing but surrender. One move and you're in front of both dead men. There's something wrong with me. Like someone's inside me, making me do what he wants. You gotta help me! He screams and his body shakes uncontrollably. His hands wave against his will. Screams force the guard to stare. And for one moment, the two lock eyes. Contact! Then, no, I don't want to drop my rifle, but I can't hold on. I'm being forced to let go. As the fight continues down below, Nightwing takes out a smoke bomb and throws it. Jericho's confusion caused total confusion. No one's prepared for him. Well, if he can start the chaos, my gas grenades should be to keep it going. Then another moment later, watch yourself, pal, and duck! Taking another bomb out from his gauntlet, he throws it. Well, one thing the Hive never seems to run out is goons. Ready for a few body stops? Frantically, Jericho shakes his head no. His eyes are still tearing for Nightwing's gas grenade. He can't go in contact until they clear. Okay, get ready, reaching to his gauntlet once again. He pulls out another flashbang. The light flash to blind him long enough for us to get past. Anything wrong? Jericho shakes his head no, but deep in the whirling pit of his stomach, he knows what must soon happen. Somewhere ahead is his father, who's his enemy. When they meet. Hey, this way. You! You're no longer Robin, but I recognize that voice anywhere. Tara sees him, a cigarette hanging from her lips. It's been nice knowing you, sucker. There's a sudden scream as the earth crashes up beneath their feet like some tidal wave gone mad, and an all too brief moment is over. The two titans are taken out by a rock slide. What's happened, Dickie? You're always shouting at us, be prepared. Maybe in all that shouting you never bothered to listen to yourself. Chuck! You killed them? No, just knocked them out cold. No thanks to your claims. If I got to do everything around here, I want the biggest slice of the pie. Hey, anyone know who the blonde key dealer is? Looks kind of familiar. He's a living doll. Terminator to C deck! Terminator to C deck! Yeah, I hear. I'll be there soon enough. I keep wishing otherwise, but it's still not over. It's never over, is it? Never get any closer, easier. Always someone new to fight. The fights are getting harder. Damn Grayson! Why couldn't he fall in with the others? When this is done, maybe I'll head back to Southeast Asia. Those were good days then. Some of the best. Maybe Africa. Slade slowly puts on his mask, and you were but here. What is it? We thought you would like to see our latest addition to our wheel of power. The one who has called himself Robin. Don't play games with me. I'll get you soon enough. You needn't fret any longer. We have him. Your contract has been completed for you. What are you gibbering about? I got to Robbie for you, honey. It wasn't hard at all. You got the stamina. You can thank me for it later. Feeding us and killing us are two totally different things. You roll Nightwing in, trapped in the same way. We're not finished yet. So, Dick, is that really you? Loonbot just blew your secret ID, pal. Not that you're going near where you're going. Goes is I not. Tara, why? Your son's contract is now completed. He may leave. I want his money. His pay was the powers we gave him. Those powers killed him. Perhaps, but that was our contract. You know, don't think it's so hard. You still got me. And look, I got this a bonus. I caught Blondie taking it along with Rob. Rolling in, also crucified, is Jericho. Terminator, there's no reason for you to remain. Please leave before the Hive Master arrives. We thank you for your work, but it is done. Joseph! But how? Deathstroke's eyes will be wide in horror. No, that boy was not in the contract. I demand you release it to me. Remove your hands, Terminator, or they shall be removed for you. Consider the boy's Tara's kill. Join our enemies, and he will die along with them. Besides, why should his life mean anything to you or us? Hold it. I thought he looked kind of familiar. Those stupid pictures you kept mooning over. He was in them. Tara, be silent. He's your kid, I'm right. That's your kid. Man, that's too much. The Terminator's brat teamed up with the Titans. If you value your life, shut up! Perhaps we could strike a bargain. What will you give us for your son's life? How much is he worth to you? He remembers a similar proposition years ago. Cost him his son's voice. He stares at his son he hasn't seen for so many years. He can't let him die. He can't. Contact! There's a moment of confusion as Jericho seemingly disappears. Then the Terminator's body freezes, if only for an instant. He feels his insides turning. He feels control slipping away. Dick watches, knowing what's going on. What's going on? Something's inside of me! Hey, you're going to screw on me? What gives? The Terminator whirls, his outstretched hand slapping aside his former partner before he can react. Instinctively, Slade Wilson knows his son's now controlling his every movement. He knows, and doesn't resist. Not even as Jericho forces his hand to slide his very special gun from its holster. Despite shouts ordering him to stop, Slade Wilson doesn't protest as his fingers tighten on the trigger, and he fires, and fires, and fires, and fires! No! Until he finally destroys the controls. The controls are destroyed. Power dampeners no longer function. And those being held captive are suddenly free. I want them! All of them! Starfire roars. The anger in her eyes approaching top, energy crackling along her body as every single bit of rage fills her. I remember, folks, if you ask my riffers, they think this is sexist. They also think that if you do this, this means Starfire is out of control and Starfire can't control her emotions because Starfire is angry. What I'm basically saying is, don't mess with the guy who's read more comics than you. He will destroy you. Believe me, Goldie, so do I. Then let's get them. Titans, together! There's more than 100 of them. A starbolt strikes the ground, forcing a lot of soldiers to fly out, but a few well-placed starbolts to cut down the odds. Cyborg follows it up, slamming both fists into the hard ground, causing an earthquake. Keep us scared, Starry. Makes it easier for me to stay out of the way. Wendy? Pew, 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 pew. No problem here, Changeling. A man shoots at Wonder Girl, and effortlessly she blocks him using her invincible bracelets. I mean, if you did need help, I could always lend a paw. Not talking, pal. Can't cut your tongue or your throat. Try to get to a tiger. He launches on another one. No, stop it, Joseph! Don't force me to free him! Damn it, Joseph, you're my son! Let me free! That's all Slay could do as he fires his blaster, freeing Deck. I knew he was getting soft, pining over the swiftly kid, but I thought he cared about me. I thought he loved me. Turns on me. Face it, Titan. He lied to me. Wilson, you're dead! The ground shudders beneath them, trembles and shudders, writhes like a thing alive. Then an unliving monolithic mountain of earth and mud twists through steel and concrete. You're all dead! Bending, twisting, sinking itself to Terra's hateful whim. She has mastery over the very ground itself. And if unfair, she will profit death all around her. Terra, no. Please don't do this. Baffing in front of her is Raven. Come to me. Let me soothe your anger, your pains. Stay out of my way, witch. You're going to get yours, but after I deal with my former partner. He's the one I want to rip apart first. He's the one who's going to suffer for lying to me all this time. Using his staff to break out. Slay leads to action. Stop it, Terra. I'm not controlling myself. Terra, stop! No good. Stupid kid isn't listening. She's going crazy. Joseph, leave me. Only I can stop her. The battle continues to get intense. I don't understand, Terra. She couldn't have been lying to us. She's one of us, isn't she? Cyborg, you see Changeling?
Pepper wasn't looking for him. Too busy wilting with these creeps. They dance all right, but they keep wanting to lead. What are you asking?
Lifting up two of the soldiers, Wonder Girl slams their heads together. He's cared for Terra. If she's fighting against us...
Good. Cover me. I'll take him out.
Starfire flies through the sky to look for more opponents to take out.
Hive, security to main deck. Use all methods to counterattack. All other personnel, evacuation maneuver 1C.
Don't think so, friend. We're all staying put. Terra isn't our enemy. No matter what she said. Beast Boy turns into a fox and runs between her legs. It's all a plan. I know it is. It's gotta be a plan. Terra's one of us. I don't understand what's going on here. Why Dick's wearing that strange uniform. Or who that person is who has caught him. But I do know this. Scream! Another starbolt breaks there, blocking out their exit. Nobody's going anywhere until I get to the bottom of this. One exit permanently closed. Too many questions. Perhaps the most important is, why does Terra want to kill us? I've got the way blocked up ahead. Terra flies towards her two remaining friends. Need a hand here?
You see Logan?
No, why?
Just open, kid. Stand back. Ready, wait, WG?
Yes, come on, now! Using their strengths together, the two of them press the pillars, breaking them! Joshua has nothing on us, eh?
Buddy, if you ever want to join me in the demolition business, I think we make a bundle.
Hurry, let's find Dick and his friend. They'll need us. You have the speed ahead. We'll follow. Why did you lie to me, Slade? Terra stands on a rocky pillar. We had everything planned. It could have been so good for us!
Terra, it's my son. He's controlling me. You have to believe me.
I can't see myself with you inside me. I don't want to kill your father. Release me! There. I feel him withdrawing. Slade and Wilson and Joe Joseph Mansley gets him back into the ledge of the outcropping. Step back. I can still swing up. It'll only take a second. No! Slade, while hanging in between the crevasse, looks and sees Terra attacking. Joseph, watch out! You know what's controlling you, Slade? Maybe that's true. Maybe that's not. But he won't be able to do it no more. Not until I cross up the castle with him on him. Next scene, this takes out one of his wingdings and throws it. No, seriously. His batarangs are named wingdings. And throws it. I didn't want to believe it. But she is crazy. Don't know why. Don't even care. Look! I can't let her kill Joseph or anyone else. Terra, whatever you think we may have done to you, whatever reason you want to fight us, this is me. We've never meant to hurt you. Talk to me. Sorry, kid. No time to talk for nothing. Slade leaps out from back, striking Dick in the back with his bow staff. Ah! Come on, let's get out of here. We've done our job. Like hell you have, pal. I heard you calling to your kid, begging him to help you. You've gone soft and useless. You know, the only reason I joined your Slade, and it wasn't because we were lovers. She's starting to rant. She was always unstable. She hates for no reason. She can fly off at the handle at any moment, begin killing everyone, including me. Terra, please listen, honey. We're gonna talk this out, but later. Later? Slade, there's no more laters. No more anything for you. You betrayed me. I'm going to kill you! Beast Boy runs into the room, now in a dog form. Don't go after him alone. We can do it together. I knew you were only putting on an act. I knew you were on our side. Come on. Nothing can stop us now, kid. What's the matter, Terry? Terra's with the Titans, pal. She's one of us. In an instant, Garfield turns into a rampaging elephant. You stupid moron. I've never been with you. I hated you. Terra, why? Look, there doesn't always have to be answers to everything. All my life, I felt hate. Terra uses her powers to open up a giant hole, caving in, trapping Beast Boy. What? You kicked to the floor! I brought up quicksand, Logan. You'll all die. You, the Titans, both my damn brothers. You're all weak. All of you possessing power while refusing to use it. I know how to use my powers, Logan. I can force all of you to... A golden lasso flies out from the distance, wrapping around her body. What? Wonder Girl flies down, tying her up. Come down, Terra. It's over. You've got problems, but you can be helped. You think I'm crazy, don't you? Boom! She uses the ground to knock Wonder Girl, attempting to untie her. Meanwhile, Starfire begins to fight with Slade. You did this to her, Terminator. You took a young girl, corrupted her. You made her evil. You're crazy. That girl was loony before she met me. She found me. The ground begins to lift up as Cyborg lifts off the ground. Who? So ain't Michael Jackson, pal. Now this is me. Go call of your girlfriend. We're going to learn what gives first. Your head or my mechanical fist? Got it, pal? You want to know why I hate you? You try to make everyone love you. But they should fear us, Logan. Fear and hate us. Terra, don't say that. We've been friends for almost a year. We've been teammates. Swiftly, Beast Boy turns into a snake. Creep, we've been nothing. It's all been an act. Using her powers to create a tornado of rocks and stone. Every part of it. Especially that kiss, Logan. That was the biggest act of all. It made me want to gag kissing you, Logan. Like, knowing that, Logan? Think about how that blood crushes and hardens around you. Get back, girl. I got two of them in that mud storm. I'd love to go for a third. Dick and Beast Boy are now trapped in stone. Terra, there's no reason for this. We took you in. Made you one of us. And I should be grateful? Hell, you don't understand it was all a con. There weren't any terrorists. Those guys worked with the Terminator. I got all your secrets just so I could watch as the Hive killed you, one by one. There need be logical answers. The girl is evil. Back again, Raven appears. You? Her thinking is unlike ours. She feels no true love or hate. Her soul's corrupt. What she does is done without remorse. Come to me, girl. I can remove the evil. I can prevent you from creating further damage. Wonder Girl, quickly. There's still time to rescue our friends. I'm trying, Raven, but I can't exert too much pressure. Across his bones, not just the mud. Wrapping her arms around the Dick statue, Wonder Girl begins to crush, breaking the stones. There, he's breathing. Raven, is Gar alive? He is, but hurry. You're a fool. Your threats don't mean anything. You haven't guts to carry them out. But I do, Pally. I do. My arm! Reaching out, Deathstroke cuts both of Cyborg's arms with a single swipe of his blade. Maybe he couldn't kill you, Terminator, but I can. This is a war. Nobody will stop me, and nobody can save you. I know you could kill me, girl, but try it. You begin to aim, and your friend's head goes rolling with his hand. Got that, girl? He waits, wondering what Starfire is going to do. Making familiar whine grows louder and louder, but he can move. Has avoided the attack. For some reason, he stands still. Then, crack! You stopped him. Whoever you are, you knocked him out. Jericho stands in the corner, staff smoking from his shot. No, I won't listen to you, witch! I won't let you play games with my head. Get away from me! Get away from me now! She uses the stones to hit Raven upside the head. She's Raven! This is all she's doing. She's causing the ground erupt. God help us, Wonder Girl. Those things can be reasoned any longer. I understand what happened to her. I'll explain. If I survive. Terra continues to let the grounds erupt, shake. The entire building begins to crumble. You won't live, Dickie. None of you will. I've been waiting years for this moment, waiting to use my palace. Now nothing is going to stop me. Nothing! Don't know why you're acting like this, but I'm not going to let you hurt them. A small little bud flies, striking Terra in the eye. Ah! Something hit my contact lens! Logan, it's got to be him. Trying to stop me. Damn you, Logan! I'll kill you! I'll destroy you! I'll destroy all of you! There's no reason with her now. However, Slim, whatever sanity Terra Markov possessed is now gone. There's only primal hatred. Hatred born, nurtured, fanned in hatred that festers or grows without care, without feeling, without plan, without reason. Hatred which reaches out and destroys. Her eyes are glazed and icy, staring beyond those she tries to kill. Her slits part, and the sounds which echo forth are garbled and inhuman. Hot, boiling blood gushes forth from the earth's open wounds. Its skin fractures and cracks. And if a world could cry, it surely would. Her name is Terra Markov. She's a little more than 16 years old. And due to no one fault but herself, she's insane. No one taught her to hate. And she hates, without cause, without reason. No one taught her to destroy. Yes, she destroys with glee, with relish. Don't look for reasons which do not exist. Plain Terra Markov is what she is. She has taken a great power and made it corrupt as she. Hers was the power over Earth itself. She could bring life to deserts, heat to frozen tundra, food to starving millions. She could dam raging rivers and flood water to parts dry lands. Her powers were limited only by the mind which controlled them. A mind which sought not hope, not love, not life, but death. As she found death, not her enemies. As this goes on, the ground begins to rumble, shake, stone flies everywhere, the world erupts in a giant chasm. Her own. The Hive garrison has been defeated, and all those who survived were taken away. Meanwhile,
this is where the Bronx buried her!
Gar, she is. She could be more dangerous than ever. With her power, she could still be alive! Did you see her eyes? She was insane. She wasn't the person we thought she was. No! The Terminator made her do it. It's his fault! I don't know how. He made her evil, but he did! He did it. He had to. I never knew how much he cared for her. Could Garfield be right? I don't think so. I think the Terminator used her as much as she used him. Jericho, Joseph, in the corner, the Terminator's tied up. When you attacked your father, I know how hard it must have been. But you saved our lives. Thank you. But the young man does not answer. He stares at the father he still loved and still loves. Remembers other times. Better, happier times. And ultimately, he cries. Wonder Girl walks in. Coming Nightwing. Where's Galar? He wanted to be alone. He found Tara's body. Somewhere over the rumble, Gar weeps. The morning. She died in battle, fighting the Terminator Geoforce. I'm truly sorry. There's not many that attends the funeral of Terra Markov. Geoforce, Metamorpho, a few members of the Outsiders, Batman, Raven, Sunfire, and Jason Todd. We'd never been close. Her mother was neither my brother's great-grandmother nor mine. Her father sent her to live here in America for fear of court scandal. Still, she was our half-sister, and we loved her. I pray she loved my brother and me as well. A death, any death, diminishes us. But when the one who dies as young as Terra Markov, all humanity must cry. Life offers hope, and Terra Markov's life and abilities could have given the world so much hope. She had so much to offer, so much to give. Terra Markov, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. They didn't tell her brother, did they? He believes she died a hero. It's for the best. There's been enough suffering. Joseph, the Titans are young, but they possess a nobility beyond their age. He'll do well with them. But Joseph William Wilson isn't listening to his mother. His thoughts are elsewhere. Soaring high on a warm spring wind, floating gently in a clear, godless sky, borne aloft by tomorrow's hopes, dreams that can still come true. Here lies Terra, a Teen Titan, 1968 to 1984. May she rest in peace. Well, not exactly resting in peace. You see, later on in the comics, we get another Terra. Yeah, from an alternate dimension called the Teen Titans, we get a genetically identical Terra. As he takes her place, and she's really good and sees everything that Beast Boy could ever hope to want. What I'm basically saying is, this is the comics world, guys. For all Micah knows, for all we know, they could be pulling the same type of trick. Why? Because alternate dimensions do exist. We just proved it. So for all we know, this is just another Terra. Comics are fun. So, meanwhile, Robin finally finds a way to barter with the jewels, and Terra starts having a nightmare of Beast Boy, where we have one of the more sillier scenes of this so-called serious fic. Beast Boy revs up a chainsaw to cut Terra in half. No. The chainsaw's too silly. Lose it! No. And she has a nightmare, and Celestia and the Arrows all agree to give her psychotherapy. Yay. At the Dark Zone, Beast Boy was meditating quietly amongst his comrades when Spike had returned from his mission. Oh, meditation in progress. This is the most boring world I've ever been in! This is hell! This is a literal hell! It's okay, Spike. We were about to wake up anyway. Divas and Nobunaga opened their eyes and sighed softly. Good meditation hits the spot. Well, if we had spots to hit. What are you meditating on? No. You're answering this question, Fick. What are you meditating on? Well, you're not meditating on anything. You're not sitting around going, oh. Are you thinking about your past life? Are you meditating on future experiences? Are you meditating on the living hell that you're in? Or are you just sitting around enjoying nothing? I bet it's the latter, isn't it? You're just sitting around on your asses going, we're meditating, and thinking it means something. No, it does not. Meditation also has you reflect, has you give it a chance to observe, to think. But this is a barren wasteland of hell. There's nothing to reflect here. This is just you guys sitting around thinking that you're all high and mighty because you absorb the darkness. Fuck you guys! Taken by your silence, the world's falling to bits. No thanks to you, assholes! Spike nodded, and he told the others what he saw. Those police will get back to your questions soon. I don't know what's going to happen. Oh, look, I still care. Am I really sure I belong here? The others sympathized with him, but only so much. In the end, nothing really matters. Your fate does not affect ours, and he clutched his hand and felt his knees groaning. What is it? My memories. They're being altered. Again. Oh, wow. Look, it doesn't really... Oh, look, their fate doesn't affect yours. Oh, look at it, not affecting you. Oh, look, you are sitting there being non-affected. All the dark angels were feeling shifts in their own memories in time. Even the Lord was feeling a shifting of darkness. Surely just the work of your former friends. Darkness continues to shift. This cannot go much longer. The secret of our very existence may be threatened. Wow. You're an idiot. Also, how is the timeline of one dimension affecting the others? Because, all these dimensions are working on a unique linear timescale that, whoa. I don't think the audience can take too much more quantum theory! Fine. What happened back then? I remember going about my daily bout to gather aura. What does gathering aura entail? You also has friends stay in the village with chemo to you. They consume their fill of food and relax in the hot springs. All the while, you also kept looking up and around to find Kikyo. Sun was starting to fade, but she was still there. Then at night, the others slept in their special hut near the royal palace. And you also felt the air tickle his chin softly, and his nose began to twitch as the scent felt extremely strong. He opened his eyes and there she was, standing in the doorway. Kikyo? He peeped softly. She didn't say anything. She just stared down with a deep, strange expression, then back away. Wait! Yuasa called a chase after her. Wiki Kagome. She saw him go off, but did not call to him, not wanting to disturb the others, and followed him outside. She just stepped outside the hut and could see Inuasa. They were by the village entrance, standing several feet away from each other. Finally, Kikyo spoke. Inuasa, it's been a while, hasn't it? What you doing here, Kikyo? Inuasa asked rather coldly. Still absorbing the souls of young women? Kikyo remained cold as ice. You know I require souls to sustain my life force. Without them I perish. That's not the point. I sense a disturbance is near, something dark and sinister. Inuasa snuffed. Yeah, we already know. Kikyo closed her eyes. Suddenly she was raised up into the air by her soul collectors. Wait, Kikyo! Called Inuasa. I will see you again, she said to him. She flew out of sight, leaving Inuasa simply stand where he is, looking up at where she was, feeling rather crushed inside. Kagome saw everything. Inuasa? She softly called to him. Are you okay? For once she didn't bark at her. Saw her crusty spirits in his side was told her enough, and she felt bad for him. They then banged! But that's how I would end it. They weren't the only ones wide awake. What? More faster, darn it! The royal palace, in their guest suite, the royal couple lay from their futon. Kimo, who cares? I don't think you guys get it. I only care about the Inuasa parts. I don't care about you, Suyu. Actually, yes, not you. Friends all awoke at 2 and finished their breakfast. Shippo was playing around with Kilala and some of the children near the palace grounds. Rainbow and Rarity were even having some of the children playful pony rides, but now flying or levitation. I find this rather demeaning. Heck, you're over yourself. She's a living creature, she's being used as a bus. I think she has every right to feel demeaned. Meanwhile, Iwasa was quietly meditating by himself, away from the rest of the gang, and Kagome told the others by last night. Iwasa wouldn't be meditating, he'd be slicing. Or dozing. So Kikyo was here. Kagome nodded. I don't know exactly, But she was claiming about something dark and somber. I think she knows the situation about Nobunaga and the princess. The situation seems to be growing more depressing over time. Seems to affect all of us and anyone close to it. Agreed, Princess Luna said. Also, the only way to settle this is to ease everyone's minds and souls by conversing with Nobunaga's spirit. He has agreed to that. But how can we talk to him? Except for you and Princess Suyu, none of us can see or hear him. Fear not. Now I've found frightening, but I believe I can help so we may all be able to see him. Everyone got there with deep awe and curiosity. Luna explained how since he was a creature of darkness, possibly explains he could see Nobunaga's spirit. The moon is not darkness! The way you're applying it makes you feel like you're saying it sees evil. What? Every time somebody's affiliated with the moon is full of dark? What? Perhaps a little of my magic cast on all of you will allow you to see what I'm able to see. She's just a pony who's connected to the moon. Not a creature of darkness. You want darkness? Talk to Raspberry Barrel over there. Hey! I'm sorry, sweetie, but it's the truth. Yoga started. There's the very thought of such a thing as he shivers. One aside. Unfortunately, the only way to be certain that Nobunaga is spotted, I fear that will not be so simple. That I agree with. Now that Nobunaga is aware you're able to see him, he'll be cautious to keep his distance. So what do we do then? Asked Kagome. Everyone thought it over. Simple came over. Hey, I got it. Remember when we fought against those demons? Nobunaga was suddenly pulled down by your magic, princess. He's right. And because they were near here, this flashed a little dark aura around, and he'll come down like a magnet. It was decided. Everyone felt it wouldn't be too hard to know when Nobunaga was around. Couldn't resist coming closer to Princess Suyu every time. Even in spirit, his heart still aches for her, said Keynes. That sounds creepy, but at the same time, it sounds romantic as well. No, it sounds creepy. Huh. I think it's sickening. The fact that he's dead, still pining for a girl who never loved him, never will. Same itchy as he always is. Everyone else glared at him angrily for that one, and nodded at Kagome. Sit! Oh! You still got a lot of nerve. Nobunaga's not different than you. Kiyo's dead and you still go after her. Really makes you no different at all, agreed Sango. Io also growled softly. As the day went by, eventually Nobunaga came to the lands for his daily duty of collecting dark aura. He kept high above the clouds, feeling nervous about being seen by those who saw him. I'll simply take the aura and return home, he said to himself. He stuck out his arms and began to absorb the dark aura from the air. What is this dark aura exactly? Is it sadness? Is it the bad feelings? Is it emo-ness? Is it depression? Is it just the tendency towards evil? Is it just rage? What? What is exactly the dark aura you're absorbing? Is it bad luck? Is it unfortunate circumstances? People, this is one of those things where I point out Mike is not explaining much. You see, one of my referees tried to say, well, he did explain it. It's dark. No. I don't think they get it. When you say dark aura, you're just leaving it vague. Dark aura could mean anything. It could mean depression. He's just absorbing all depression from the air. It could mean sadness, hatred, a bunch of emotions that we would consider bad. It could also, but sadness and those other emotions could also have tendencies towards other things. It could be sadness over the death of a loved one. Is that what he's absorbing? There's also darkness as evil. But how do we define that? Do we define it as true evil, as in murder? What about the tendency towards evil? The desire to cause evil? There's just so many words you could use that. Furthermore, he's just standing there. Why not go over to Mount Fuji? You don't have to be anywhere near there. Mount Fuji's pretty far away from there. Same moment, well, Luna felt very strange. What is it? Luna didn't answer. She flew up high into the sky. Princess! Princess Suyu had awoken, coming down the steps of the palace to spend time in the village, while her husband worked with the traders. He held Shimaru on her shoulder. Hey, my friends. Carol, where's Luna? She flew up way up there, replied Shibbo. Think this is it. So you started skipping beat as he looked up at the sky. Outside the village, the submarine and his team were closing in. Why are we here? I don't know. I was just walking. Ring looked up with her boss and future husband with a concerning expression. He looked down at her. His expression hadn't changed. She had no intention to storm the village, not just to get at his brother. We'll get in closer and observe. In the air, Nobunaga stuck his arms out. Put your hands out, whoa! Put your hands out, whoa! And began to absorb the aura. Unaware that Princess Luna was hiding nearby amongst the clouds, as he could see him fully. She got him perfectly near his sight. Sniper rifle on! Her horn began to glow with her own dark aura. She fired right at him. All at once, Nobunaga began to absorb the power. What is this? You know, that's another thing I gotta ask about the dark aura and dark magic and etc. etc. Does that apply to other spells? Are all her spells dark? Because this is the same question I always ask when it comes to Jedi powers. Is it still dark? Is it still a dark force technique if you use force lightning to start up a car? All at once, Nobunaga began to absorb power. Then he could see through the clouds. You! Before he could break away, Luna poured on much more power, sneering him and surrounded with a dark aura, like a tractor beam. Hey, release me! He couldn't see him to teleport back to the dark zone while he was stuck. He could still move while he was under the dark magic. Whoa! Luna cried, fell over being pulled alongside Nobunaga, flew up while trying to shake herself off. He soared up, down, and everywhere around, but Luna was determined not to let him get away this time. Held up with all her might. But she couldn't follow incredible strength like this before. Down below, look up there! Rarity cried. Everyone looked up to see Princess Luna flying about, struggling, controlled something kind of her magical aura. Only Princess Cecilia could see Nobunaga! Suddenly, as Princess Luna continued to struggle, pulled about, everyone could see within the bug field of aura he was hauling. Anyone else see that? Cried Kagami. Something's materializing in the aura, cried Cadence. The creature became more and more opaque, until Kagami, Inuasa, and Shibbo recognized him entirely. Nobunaga! It really is him. I see him. The magic from the darkness is making him tangible. Princess Luna continued to struggle, pulled Nobunaga down. Peace! She called to him. Can we all speak with you? Never! Let me go! Now you're just sounding like an annoying child. Cadence and Rarity nodded at each other, and Rarity hopped up onto Cadence's back. The two of them flew up high, added their own telekinetic magic to Luna, strengthening her pull. Nobunaga didn't stand a chance. Okay, I'm just gonna remember this, where he was easily taken in by a couple of princesses, because I'm gonna remember this for later. Trust me. Now he sits down on the ground, still holding Nobunaga within Luna's aura field. Nobunaga! Rainbow stopped her. Don't go near her. Nobunaga was furious and demanded he released him. Yet all the others could do was gawk at him. And he's so dark, bitter looking, and the clothes he wore. Release me. I know not how you did this, but I demand you release me. He also finally snapped out of his trance and approached Nobunaga. Like getting close to him. How about you calm down first, and then we talk it over? Nobunaga growled angrily. Nobunaga? Carol. Princess? Stammered Nobunaga. If you're alive, you feel numb inside, but as emotions still stay the same. Sumaru went crazy, let down Tsuyo's shoulder. Let me all about, but Nobunaga barely noticed or cared. What's happened to you? This is none of your concern. Nobunaga, please, said Kagami. We just want to talk with you. Nobunaga showed no interest. It won't make no difference even if we do, he grumbled. Suddenly, a dark force began to rupture the aura, and Nobunaga was released. What was that? Asked Inuasa. No one could see anything, not even Tsuyu. But Luna could see another creature, darker and more creepy than Nobunaga, using dark magic to spell her binding. Come, Nobunaga! Nobunaga, wait, please don't go, cried Tsuyu. But he could not even look back at her, as he and his comrade disappeared through a dark portal and everyone could see. They're gone. But to where? Wondered Sango. Not that it really mattered. They were gone, as Tsuyu burst into tears. Princess. The others are all disappointed, but rather upset. Won't even let us try talking to him. Stubborn as a mule. I suppose it's obvious now. We have no way of communicating with Spirit, whether we could see him or not. You know, all you needed to do was just sit there and talk. You didn't even need to do anything. Ass! In the Dark Zone, back in the present, one of the sentries came along. The very one who helped Nobunaga escape. Remembering it, says that he remembered it all, too, as his memories were referred to the time shift. Lord was now very concerned. Normally, we Dark Angels do not interfere with the lives of mortals. Other than absorbing dark aura. My God. You angels are about as annoying and useful as the supernatural angels. Because our existence was threatened, there is no alternative. Nobunaga later felt very disturbed. Those ponies nearly had me. I could know them understand there was nothing to speak of. There was plenty! All you had to do was say, I'm a dark angel. I come from the world of darkness. I could tell my friends to help you get your friends back home. I understand we didn't have a thing. It's perfectly A-okay. I moved on. It's alright. See you later. Done! Was that so hard? Oh, wait. I forgot. All dark angels are asses and whiny little brats. I knew they had tendencies to be stubborn, but now they have really gone over the line. How dare they try to help? Shameful! Remember, folks, if you see somebody depressing, don't help them! They want to be depressed. They want to be sad. They want to be emo. Remember, if you see somebody sad and downtrodden out there, don't try to ask them if they're okay. Don't try to ask them if they're fine. Just sit back and let them be sad, because apparently they want to. Words to live by, Myken. Words to live by. You can't see it, but I'm flipping them off. Can't go like this. Maybe anything we could do about those points in the past. Or else former teammates, they may try something next. Beast Boy clenches his fist. We can't let them. They cost us all enough shit as it is. Wasn't for them, we probably wouldn't even be in this nightmare of a limbo at all. If it weren't for them, Davis would be dead. And so would you, brat. No other angel within ear range felt the least bit offended, even the Lord himself. You're correct. We must fix this before more harm is dealt to us. Every other Dark Angel felt skeptical about this. Never knowing existence in the darkness had they ever interfered with the lives of mortals. The Lord called everyone. I have said before, anything is possible. In this case, it is needed. Rules and regulations. No place in this nation! Party man! Everybody say it now! Party man! Oh, carry on. Is there one common fact? All rules were made to be broken as well as followed. For once, I must make an exception. We must bring the ponies here. Besides, all fell over the Dark Zone. As every single angel contemplated this, but none steeply as Beast Boy, Davis, Spike, and Nobunaga. What do you care, Nobunaga? If they bring over the present ones, they don't have any effect on you. Oh, I gotta read the author's note. Because this one pisses me off. Sometimes things are the way they are for a reason, and if you go making changes that shouldn't be made, you could end up in a whole mess of trouble. That's right, folks! So, if you see a wife in an abusive relationship, and you know she's being abused, don't call the police. Don't try to take her somewhere safe. Don't try to help her. Because if she's not asking for help, it's obvious she wants to be abused. So, rather, let the abuse go on. And walk away. Because that's making a change that shouldn't be made. And you could wind up in a mess of trouble. The same can be applied if you know that a child is being abused in so many ways by his father and mother. And he has a horrible life. Why, those are his parents. He must know better. That child must have done something wrong. So of course, that's the reason why they are. And if you go changing and stop the abuse, you could wind up in a mess of trouble. Because you could put that kid somewhere better. And that's just wrong. And if you see a person being depressed to the point of suicide, or seeing a person who's down on his luck and sad and looking like he needs a friend, don't go helping them. That's what Micah believes. You should leave it well enough alone and never help a single person. Shameful. Micah, have you ever considered that the reason why you're so miserable is because of reasons like that? Just curious.